Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before I get into this video, I just want to thank everyone. I am so close to 50 subs and honestly I can't believe that I'm close to 50 subs. I didn't think anyone would really watch this channel or see it or anything. So thank you so much for almost 50 subscribers. I might do something special for 100 subscribers, but thank you guys so much for the support, the comments, the likes, the everything. I am so happy that people are liking these videos and interacting, and thank you. Okay, so the video. Because I did a couple videos on asexuality, now I want to do a couple videos on being non-binary and misconceptions and what people think non-binary is and what it actually is, because a lot of people have misconceptions about non-binary, and I'm going to go into those today. So let's start with the first one. So the first misconception that people have about non-binary is that non-binary people are either faking it or doing it for attention. I promise you, no one is doing this stuff for attention. No one likes getting hate for attention. No one likes all of the stuff that comes along with being non-binary on the internet and in real life for attention. It's not fun when you're being told a lot of the time that you are not valid, you're not real, you're just a cis person pretending. So trust me when I tell you that non-binary people are not doing this for attention. It is something that a lot of us have struggled with. I know that I had a really hard time coming to terms with being non-binary. But yeah, one of the biggest misconceptions is that people are doing it for attention. And I guarantee you, they're not doing it for attention. It is something that they've struggled with and come to terms with, and it's really hard to come out. It's so hard to come out as non-binary because so many people don't believe it's a thing. So that's one of, if not the biggest misconception about non-binary that I've personally seen. Okay, so the second biggest misconception that I've seen personally is that people say that non-binary has so many meanings and there's not really a set look that we have, and that it's confusing and anyone can be non-binary and that kind of stuff. And I'm just gonna pull up the definition right here. This is what it means. There is a definition. It just means that you don't fall in between the binary of being a man or being a woman. That's it. That's non-binary. That's it. Everyone experiences gender a different way. Everyone experiences gender expression a different way. No non-binary people will experience their gender the same way. I experience gender a whole lot differently than my two roommates who are both non-binary, and we all have different ways of expressing it. And from other people that I know who are also non-binary, they have different ways of expressing it that would make me uncomfortable, and I'm sure I have ways that I express my non-binariness that would make them uncomfortable. It's all about your own personal relationship with your gender and just not fitting into the binary of being a man or being a woman. That's it. That's another misconception that I feel like a lot of people have, that there's no like set definition, but there's a definition, you guys. The third misconception that I've noticed a lot is that people have said that non-binary has just been this thing that's blown up in the past couple years, and that people haven't identified this way until the internet or Tumblr, that kind of thing. And I completely think that's a total misrepresentation of all the indigenous cultures that did have other forms of gender before the Western culture did come in and colonize. A lot of indigenous Native American cultures did have other genders than male and female and celebrated the people that fit into those other genders. So honestly, when people say that there are only two genders, it just kind of invalidates all these other cultures that aren't just white Western ideals and ideologies. It's also just biologically incorrect. It just excludes all the intersex people. About 2%, I believe, of babies that are born have some sort of intersex condition. So when people are like, oh, there are only two biological genders or sexes, I'm like, no, they're intersex people. We need to listen to them and hear their stories as well. So that's one of the biggest things that gets to me when people say it hasn't been around and that biologically it's impossible that and there are only two genders, because it's just simply not true. The fourth misconception that I've seen a lot is that non-binary people aren't trans. Trans is actually an umbrella term as well. I'll pull up the definition right here. It just means that you don't identify with the gender or sex that you were assigned at birth and you move towards going to a different gender, whether that be medically or socially. I know a lot of people don't really think social transition is enough. It's still hard to do, and sometimes that's all a trans or non-binary person needs, is that social validation. And there are some cases where you can't get the medical treatment that you wish you could. There are, in fact, some non-binary people that don't like to use the word trans. For me, it depends on the day, whether or not I feel connected to that word. There are some that definitely do hold on to the word trans as part of their identity. Trans masc and trans femme non-binary people definitely do. I would personally like to consider myself trans androgynous. I try to be as gender neutral as possible. So yeah, it's all just a personal relationship with that word if you feel comfortable as a non-binary person calling yourself transgender or not, but technically all non-binary people do fall under the trans umbrella. And the last misconception that I have seen and will probably forever see is that non-binary people don't have dysphoria, or because they have less dysphoria than binary trans people, they are not valid. As a non-binary person who does experience both social and physical dysphoria, it's not fun. I don't think I would wish dysphoria of any kind on anyone, and whether a non-binary person only has social dysphoria or body dysphoria, it doesn't matter. Or if they get euphoria from being called they, them, or other pronouns, and the name that they picked, they are still non-binary, they are still trans, they still fall under that category. If they say they are, believe people when they tell you the stuff that they are, because they know themselves more than you know them. That's it for my video today about being non-binary and a couple of the misconceptions that I've seen online a lot. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment, subscribe, do whatever it is you do if you want to see more LGBTQ+ content from this face right here. I promise I'm going to be making more content because I have a lot of ideas and I want to get the information out there. I want people to know that non-binary is a spectrum, just like asexuality is a spectrum, just like the LGBTQ+ community is a spectrum, and nobody experiences sexuality or gender the same, because we are all beautiful, lovely individuals who are on the little marble in space doing stuff, hoping to make a difference. Why did I go all existential right there? I don't know. I'm gonna stop that before I go on a tangent about existentialism and why we're all here and all of that stuff. So I hope you guys are having a good stress-free day, and I will see you in the next